Each of us had a different journey in the past 30 years. And while we all hate the label post-Soviet, we are linked to each other in shared history and in shared aspiration. During the Rose Revolution of 2003, the Baltic states stood with you. Just 5 months later, we made NATO and then to EU, and many of us believed Georgia could quickly move along this path as well. Then Ukrainians rose up in the Orange Revolution, and it felt as if new momentum had come for us, former captive nations, that we defined ourselves and our freedom once and for all. Obviously, the story doesn't end there. Moscow has little interest in seeing a happy ending to the story, and there is constant work being done to divide us and to make us question ourselves. We stand together because we share a common direction and a purpose. The people of Georgia, just like people of Lithuania, believe in Europe whole, free and at peace, in a democracy. The government owes you.
Come here to show that we are all willing to demonstrate solidarity with Georgia. I come from a very small state with a very, very different history than you do, with a very different experience than you do and the Baltics does. And in particular, I'm here to say that the values of freedom, human rights, democracy and the rule of law is not a price of admission into the Euro-Atlantic community, but the very real foundation to increase prosperity and peace, and that in Iceland we know very well. Because each and every day the small population in Iceland enjoys the benefits of safeguarding the values that we fear very much are being threatened by this legislation. 30 years ago, we were also a tiny population, even smaller. We stood by the Baltic states when they were regaining their independence. So my presence here is a symbolic gesture that we stand with you, that you are not alone.